Footbags.
Donald Sutherland. Donald Sutherland. Donald Sutherland. Donald Sutherland.
Footbags.
I wasn't ready. I was over here thinking about Donald Sutherland and making the dogs bark. Next thing I knew, it was saying what would make you forget I was Footbags. Hi, everybody. Speaking of things that would make you forget that I am Footbags, I am Footbags. Hi. This is Footbags live from the depths. Welcome to the depths. Come on down to the basement. That's where we are. I didn't put anything on the wacky wall this evening. I didn't feel like it. I've been watching some of the old live from the depths and there's a handful where I just have the wacky walls, just a camera somewhere else in the room doing stuff. So I was like, hey, why not? Why not? We've had lots of crazy. I usually just put, like, it'll be a movie or something and run through several things that make it look different, more differenter than it should. And that's how we do. There was a whole chunk of time where I kept doing, like, split screens and four-way kaleidoscope type things. That was fun. That was a fun time. But yeah, this is Footbags live from the depths. Number something, 190 something, maybe. We'll see. The one thing I know for sure is the end of May will mark 4 years of live from the depths is on these Sunday nights at 8 p.m. on this Cold Rhymes Records Twitch right here on this Cold Rhymes Records Twitch. That's where this Footbags live from the depths happens to go down. And that's what's happening right now. I'm mildly distracted. This is Footbags live from the depths, Canadian Snowpocalypse edition. It's 100% snowpocalypsing outside right now. It has been all day and last night, and at some point in time tomorrow, I'll go and dig the snow out, and we'll be on the other side of Snowpocalypse 2025. Yeah. It really doesn't have anything to do with the depths, aside from I've been in my house all day. Canadian winter be like that. There's not a lot you can do. Luckily, it's not as bad where I am because I live beside a very big lake. The big lake does lots of favors. Keeps the weather a little more moderate than some of the other areas that aren't beside a big lake. The big lake does a good job. They're all like, you're going to get 10 million piles of snow. Big Lake thinks otherwise. Big Lake says, no, we're only going to get about 2. And I appreciate that. Thanks, Big Lake. Let's shout out to Big Lake. Everybody make some noise for Big Lake. Put your hands together. Throw them in the air. I don't really care what you do. It's for Big Lake. Give it up for Big Lake. Big Lake is in the house. Actually, keep the big lakes out of your house. Unless it's it's in a bathtub or some sort of large indoor swimming pool. Maybe even a kitchen sink if the lake is small. But this lake is big. This is a big lake. It's got tons of juice. It's got fish. For days. So in case you've never been in the depths before, we're going to make some beats. We're going to make some noises. I'm going to press that button 3 times. I'm going to press this button 1 time. And I'm going to press that button to switch from the CD player to the USB stick in this guy right here. Now last week we kept things at an upbeat tempo for the most part, compared to our usual low and lurky methods and modes. Let's see what happens this week. I've immediately gone right back into the folder we were using last week. It's got 100,000 drum breaks. We could throw a little New Jack Swing into the mix this week. I wouldn't be against that. Why should Belle Biv DeVoe have all the fun? As the classic saying goes. If I had a dime every time I heard, why should Belle Biv DeVoe have all the fun? I'd have at least two, because I just said it a couple times. There's so many of these now. I'm like, well, which New Jack Swing should we utilize? I like that one. This one's already a little crispy. It's already been stepped on a few times. This one seems a little more suitable for the processing we're going to inevitably do to it to make it more stank. Let's see if we can't make a new intro song for In Living Color. Let's see if we can't solve the mystery of who it was. If it wasn't BBD, if it wasn't them, who was it? Let's find out. Let's put on our sleuthing hats and deduce things. Sorry, I just saw something funny. I just saw a funny thing on the internet. What are the odds? What are the odds? All right, we're in these depths. Let's get depthsing. Let's depth it up a notch. Let's grab that depth knob and crank it to 11. Because where are we? We're in the depths. We're in the depths. I'll probably layer other drums over these drums too. The New Jack Swing is fire, but it just does not thump and crack like I would prefer. Sometimes, when your drums do not thump and crack like you want, you can do things to make them. pause for the cause here real quick so we can listen to these other. This is we've gone directly to the J Zone folder. The folder full of J Zone breaks. We're going to try and keep in mind what our tempo is already set at for these drums we already got. Simple. If they're going to have to be sped up a lot, I'm hoping we can maybe grab something out of this, and it won't, because I want it to thump and crack, right? If we speed it up, it's just going to click and click. Let's try. Let's just give it a try. We'll never know if we don't try. You never know if you don't try. Now we've got that loop and we can play the other one and try and, so we'll see how far off we are. We'll speed what we've got right now up to match and see. Close right there. It's sped up a lot. It does not thump. It does not crack. But it does kind of sound nice. Just a whisper slow. Just a scooch. Before we layer that in, let's give it a little spice. Let's give it a little taste, a little something. Still just a hair slow. That's on tape. That's on tape. On tape. That's on tape. All right. Since that's on tape, we can do something else. Let's add some more something. Let's add some bass. Spin this way.
Sure, why not? Let's go. Sure.
Let's let that stay for now. Jeez Louise. Let me turn off some of these effects so I can hear what the heck I'm saying. I don't know if we'll keep that. It can live for now. It's fine. It's fine. It's not taking up space. It's doing its thing. Man, there must be just like a sweet view of my back from 2 different angles when I turn around at that desk. Just sweet. Absolutely. P.S. My name is Footbags. This is live from the depths. Live from the depths. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. Let's find something to put on this. I'm really enjoying it as is, I'm not gonna lie. But we can't just have 2 drum breaks and the bass line. I mean, we can, but we're not gonna. We're not gonna.
Go with me.
Sutherland. I almost forgot who I was talking about at the top of the hour. What I should say, who I was talking about. The name was being said in the beat that was playing at the beginning of the hour, and it's fitting because at some point in the last couple weeks, I rewatched the Donald Sutherland 1970s version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It's still great. Also starring Jeff Goldblum, Leonard Nimoy, and everyone else. They did a good job. They did a pretty good job. Did a pretty good job. They did a pretty good job. That job they did was pretty good. It's not a bad job by any means. It was decent. Did a pretty good job. Did a pretty good job. A pretty good job. You did a pretty good job. It was pretty good, job. Did a pretty good job. Did a pretty good job. Did a pretty good job. They did a pretty good job. The job was pretty good. And they did it. That's what they did, and they did it pretty good. It was alright. They did a pretty good job. Pretty good job. It's a pretty good job. They did a pretty good job. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Did a pretty good job. That's what's up. fine. That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not a request, it's just a statement. Let's put this one in the bank. It's already on tape, but once something is on tape, it then has to go into the bank. Having it on tape is not safe at all. Not this kind of tape, anyways. Always got the local recording tape as backup tape. Always have backup tape. But if this tape doesn't hold, it's gone. That's why you put it in the bank. The bank keeps a tight grip. And once it's in the bank, it's going to be exported as all the individual loops. With which I can do whatever I want in the computer. Computer's got my back. Thanks, computer. Everybody make some noise for computers. Put your hands together. Computers. What can't they do? Feel human emotion. That's wonderful. If we're taking notes, if that's a serious, we need answers to that question. with the epic fade. That one's in the bank.
Sure, why not?
Footbags.
Let's go.
Sure, why not?
Let's go. All right, that one's in the bank. And it's still there. It still exists. Let's turn that backwards delay up because we're about to look for some more drums. Drums and backwards delay sometimes sounds cool. Sometimes if you just pepper it in there a little bit, or if it makes a really good groove, but more often than not, it's not the best. Not what you're looking for. Not what you want. Not what I want. I'm speaking for me.
Burst into flame.
Let's go back to that folder where we began in the beginning and have been using for the last couple weeks. I went right past it. It is this one. We don't necessarily have to do more of that New Jack Swing, although I did enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I listened to the entire Kid and Play Funhouse album the other day. So if a New Jack Swing samples, it just, grabs me and says, hey, use this. That's part of the reason why. Part of the reason. Says this is a rock beat. I would beg to differ. They turned it backwards for us. How nice. Some fills. Philly Collinses. That would... I almost want to loop that. In fact, I think I will try. It's got a little extended gap. And I'm going to stop there. It might be cool for like a break or something, like put it in here or there or somewhere, but not as I'm looking for a foundation right now, something to build upon. That is not what I want to be building upon right now. Oh, geez Louise, what is this? We could slow it right the hell down. Oops, that was too quick. Oh, maybe not. Maybe a bit. Do we want to go from New Jack Swing to cold dirge? Because we can. We have the technology. It's very possible. Let's just put some more digital reverb on these already reverbed drums. Yeah. Let's see where this goes. It might not go well. It might be amazing. Let's find out together. We're off to a good start. It sounds a little early to me, but at this point, let's just, if it's going to be this slow, each loop is that much longer, let's just keep rolling.
Let's go. Sure, why not?
Sure, why not? Let's go. Sure. Why not? try it now. That's better. Let's keep it just sludgy AF for the remainder of this dance. We're off to a great start, if that's our goal. And I think that is our goal. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
This loop that I just grabbed on the tensor was in time, and now it's out of time. I'm gonna wait until it comes back in and then put it on tape. It's drifting so slow. It's gonna take a minute. I also don't want to be distracted and miss it, because then we'd have to wait again. Or move on. It's getting closer. drums at the start, and I'm gonna leave them all on. I'm not gonna turn them off. Everything that gets recorded on this track is going to be swimming in filth, as it should be. compressions. Yeah. Holy smokes. We're already underground, but we just dug a deeper hole. Big shovels and picks and stuff. Just to see what's down there. Hey, what's down there? Let's go find out. Let's dig a hole. Let's go find out. Tie a rope to a tree so you can get back up again. You know, be careful. But go check it out. Go have a look. Go see what's down there. This is and has been Footbags live from the depths. We're on a number 190 something. Pretty soon it's going to be 200, and then shortly thereafter will be the 4-year mark in these depths. That's pretty deep. Let's go see what's under there. My name has been, is, and will be Footbags, as it proclaims on the left and right hand sides of your screen, respectively. These are the depths. We're currently experiencing Canadian snowpocalypse. So this is a good soundtrack for anybody outside trudging through the snow. If you gotta get somewhere. Uphill both ways type business. We're going to slowly but surely go Footbags off into the night, as we are wont to do when these depths come to their natural conclusion. Which right about now I believe they did. We had some fun with that new jack swing, and then we had some fun just turning it right the hell down. Going to see what's under there. I hope everybody's just doing great. I hope the week ahead of everybody is looking just fine. And as we barrel through the middle of winter here, I hope there are no bees in your roof. This is a good one to Footbags off into the night with this Dirty John that's playing right now. So we're gonna do that. That's what we're gonna do. Keep it Bon Jovi rock locked on this Cold Rhymes Records Twitch. Come back on Tuesday at 7 p.m. for the Zinzerna Music Hour with P.T. Burnham. It's getting crazy over there. It's awesome. And we'll be back next Sunday and do it all over again. Holy smokes. I just made my OBS full screen by mistake. Next week, we will come back and do it all over again. And until then, peace and humptiness forever.